everybody. Guess who's back?
It's us.
It's us.
We're here for our live Q&A, and we are really excited to answer all your questions.
It's a Q&A day.
It's a Q&A kind of day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So tomorrow we start a 21-day
intensive certification course.
That's right. We do the whole life coach for 7 days, and then we take a day off.
Wolfe Deep Tissue for 7 days, 2 days off, and then Wolfe
Non-Surgical
for 4.
And guess what? It's not that intense. We right now we've got doctors in this course, and we've got other health professionals in this course, and we've got people who have never done anything in natural health before to come and to get certified to actually start in the business. Yeah. You know what? You got to make it your business. Mind your business and start the business of helping people.
Totally.
Right?
That's what it's all about. Coming together as a community, serving each other and helping each other. That's what it's all about. So we're going to help you all out by answering your questions. So I'm going to start. Yes. We'll do our best. So our first question is from Jim in Texas. So he actually called in and asked, why are you pulling your calcium product?
Okay, well, understand something. There is no calcium product like this, and it's not really a calcium product. It's an ion calcium treatment, and the only one like it in the world. So I think if you all know about the Health Protection Branch and the FDA, I think you'll know that, let's put it this way, there is absolutely no toxicity levels to the product, and you could take as much as you wanted, but you'd just be wasting your money.
Yep.
And I'll let you fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. And they're not pulling our product. We're just not allowed to advertise it, but we're allowed to keep it and continue to do it. But people have to call in to get it. And you know what? Isn't life an adventure? It doesn't matter what kind of challenge we get, what kind of obstacle we get, because guess what? 3, 2, 1. We got this. Yeah, we do have this. Because we're not going to let adversity. How long do you want to stay depressed when something happens?
Not very long. Let's get over that in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and you know what? Different families and different people and different cultures take different lengths of time to forgive themselves. They put themselves in judgment jail, or they stay angry for so long at someone if they did this, and they stay angry for so long if somebody did that. And that's how insane you are, because you don't know that your beliefs rule you, school you, and fool you, and that you are not your beliefs. You're not your beliefs until, well, as we say it, until you become a master trainer, master your mind. And you'd be surprised how many people come back and take our courses 3 times. And that's what we say, 3 times, you'll be the 1 in 10,000. And when people come back for our course, they get a great discount to come back and take it, because we want to be there to motivate them. Because I'll tell you something right now. I'm telling you that I'd like to see somebody come on my show and I do an interview with them, but I want to do a consult on them. And I want that person to come on my show and say that they've got it emotionally totally together. And then I want to consult them. Yes. I want to find that person, that unicorn, because I'll tell you something. I've only met maybe 3 or 4 in my whole life.
That would be awesome. I would love that challenge.
And I would do that challenge.
All right.
I will do it. But first of all, we'll do an interview on them first before we do the interview.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
So if anybody's up for that challenge,
because I don't want any fakers.
No.
But you know what? You do got to fake it till you make it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I did that for a long time. I'm still doing it.
I'm still doing it. Yeah.
Probably going to do it forever.
Okay. All right.
All right. Next question is from Robin Trues on Facebook, and she asks, my grandchildren keep getting styes in their eyes and rashes all over their skin, eczema. Why?
Well, welcome to the kiddies menu.
Totally.
Welcome to sugar. Welcome to refined carbohydrates. Welcome to flour. You know, flour is a grain, but all flours, even the healthy so-called grains, the ancient grains, when you make a flour out of them, they're still flour.
Totally. And that sugar, it turns to sugar when it comes into your body, and that sugar is going straight into your bloodstream because it's pulverized. Yeah. It's not in its whole kernel form anymore. So if you're going to do like an ancient grain, doing like a sprouted grain or something that's not been altered, that's the way to go.
Yeah. And also when it's sprouted, it's going, woo, I'm alive. I was in comatose, but you brought me back.
Totally.
And the other thing is too, I guarantee you that They could be on fruit juice, and there is no such thing as a good fruit juice.
They're definitely on dairy. I'm probably going to say that's probably a definite.
And because the parents don't even think about how their bowel movements are, they don't even check their own child's, because you can't have any type of skin condition unless something got under your skin, but first it had to be absorbed into your bloodstream from your bowel.
Exactly.
And guess what? There's two cultures that have constipation the worst. Young children, because they get all the treats. Oh, you're so sweet. You want another treat? Okay. And elderly. Okay. All right. So that's why you'll see your children getting sick. My children did not get sick, except when we did the treat thing, or when we let them have dairy, or when we let them have too many flour products, or when they weren't drinking enough water. Forget the juices, okay? Yep. No juices, no fruit juices.
No, fruit juice is so bad. The fruit juice is just literally liquid sugar, and while fruit is healthy for you, and when you eat it in its whole form, it's beautiful because you get that fiber. But the minute it's in a fruit juice, that sugar goes straight into your bloodstream. So we want to avoid all fruit juices.
And just understand, death begins in the supermarket, because there's very, very little in a supermarket that we would call pure and healthy. All right? And you really have to be on your game. And you know what? You got to be a parent that really wants to hold the line. And was this a grandmother?
Yeah, it's her grandchildren.
Well, good luck with that. Because if you're a grandmother and you think you're going to stick your nose into the grandchildren, you'll be one of the first to come out with your nose.
Yeah.
Because I hope she's your daughter and she still likes you. Because if she's not your daughter, I hope she really likes you, because then you're just the mother-in-law. So there's another thing, because it's all about, what it's
that
about.
family dynamic can be a little tricky sometimes. So
it can be tricky for me.
Yep.
And it can be tricky for you. Because
for everybody.
Well, we're not our families.
Yeah.
And no matter what we do, people go, oh my gosh, you must have a really healthy family. Well, actually, you'd be surprised what a person can do and nobody else wants to buy into it. Right?
Yeah.
Because they still have their own friends. They have their own places they go to.
They're their own person. They've developed their own personality traits, and they've picked up different things from the world, exploring different things.
And what? And why would they be different than anyone else? Most people are not going to even think about being a health nut until they're in pain and down on their knees and begging, please.
Totally.
Yeah.
So when it comes to styes or the eczema, it's bacterial. We need to adjust the gut's bacteria first and foremost. So Tummy Love Daily Cleansing Tea, structured water. For the styes, the bright eyes would be amazing. The silver bullets. So you can just use the silver bullet spray in your eyes. For eczema,
get their bowels going and get them on the Tummy Love.
Yeah.
And understand something, everybody. I hope you know those critters that we take antibiotics to kill. Those microorganisms are the most intelligent thing in your human body. And if you didn't have them, you'd be dead already. So, whether they're in the soil or they're in your body, and just know this, you have 10 times more bacteria in your body than you have cells.
Wow.
Okay.
There's a lot of cells in your body.
You're 50 trillion.
Yep.
So now you've got 500 trillion minimum of bacteria, and they're crawling along my eyes right now. They're in my mouth. They're in my ears. They're everywhere because they are me.
Just even if you look at your eyelashes or your eyebrows, the hair mites and different things that are on it, if you look through a microscope, they're everywhere. We are just bacteria. We're everything that is on this planet. It's within us. So it's just a matter of creating the right inner terrain so that these bad things don't overpower the good.
We're just a big bug.
Yeah.
And when your vibration lowers in your body, you're still a big bug, but now you're a different bug because the bugs morph. And you know what? It's the funniest thing. Did you ever notice something? You could have all the doors and windows closed in your house, and when the fruit starts to go bad in the bowl, there's fruit flies. So what the fruit is screaming out, I'm dying, and there's fruit flies, and they get sent in from where?
Probably not from anywhere. They're
That's
probably
right.
with the fruit already.
They were already there because it's their job when the fruit starts to go bad, to eat it and take it apart.
Exactly. Just like we have within us bacteria that are going to decompose us when we die.
And we have yeast. And guess what? When you have yeast and you get older, you start to get, the yeast turns into a mold and you get brown spots. Where are mine? I don't have them.
Yeah, people say liver spots, sunspots,
aging spots,
fungus spots.
But guess what? You're just a moldy oldie goldie. And the reality is you can have all those spots disappear because guess what you did? You did too much sugar, too much flour, too much wine, okay? And you did too much antibiotics. And when you do that, did you know antibiotics have a vibration lower than 0? Okay, you got meat has 0 vibration.
Yeah.
Well, it has a vibration lower than 0. So do you know what it does? It turns on the microbe that we call fungus in the body, and it tells the body that body is getting ready to die, even if you are only a child.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you not to do antibiotics, but guess what? If you do antibiotics, excuse me, and it's not a life-threatening situation, it's going to create one because you just turned on the termites. And just like a log that falls in the bush gets the holes eaten, guess what the fungus does? It drills holes through your large intestine. Hello, autoimmune disease. Hello, leaky gut. How's it feel to have a screen door in your gut?
Not very good.
Okay.
No, not at all. So the beautiful thing is that we can repair everything because the body was designed to do just that. So we just have to provide it with the right tools and therapies and different nutritional support, supplement support, and it's going to go back to its original healthy state. And
like I said, black gold, tummy love, daily cleansing tea, and it really, and I know it's in the eyes, but guess what? Everything comes from the pelvis and works its way up or works its way down.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and then for the topical, for the eczema, if there's any, like, if it's sore or itchy, dry, anything like that, of course you can be doing the silver bullet gel and the aloe mystery. There's also moringa oil, which is really soothing.
We have a structured moringa oil.
It's magical.
And if you check out pricing, you'll see that our structured moringa oil is a lot cheaper than pretty well anybody else. I'm sure of it.
Totally. And it's a big bottle too.
Yeah, it's a big bottle, 4-ounce bottle.
Yeah. All right. So next question is from Evelyn Chastas on Facebook, and she asks, Dr. Darrell Wolfe, I am looking to come to your place to fix my scoliosis, and say it happens, it will be the best. And the day it happens will be the best day of my life. I never thought it could be fixed without surgery. How long have you been treating scoliosis? Then there's other things, but we'll stop there.
Since I was 26.
Okay.
And now that I'm like 42.
Yeah, about that. At first I was like, yeah, that's right. And then I was like, wait a second, we're about 2 decades past that.
Okay, all right. Anyways, I've been doing it for a long time and understand something. I don't treat scoliosis. It's just a name. I just go in and help to, we don't break down scar tissue. What we do is we go in and understand. People say, oh, I have a deep tissue therapist. No, you don't. Not like this. And I don't even know why we call it deep tissue, because it's not really that, but we had to do that so everybody would know. But the reality is we pull the fibers apart so that the energy will come back, the blood will come back, the lymph will come back, and instantaneously your scar tissue is turning back into beautiful connective tissue, whether it's a ligament, a tendon, a muscle, or an organ. And here's the reality about this thing. So how much do you believe that you have scoliosis and you're always going to have it? When you come and say to me, hey, Dr. Wolfe, I'm coming for you to get rid of my scoliosis, guess what? It's going to even leave faster, because every thought that you have, every image creates a thought, every thought creates a frequency. And the sooner that you start getting those 50 trillion cells ready to change, especially the ones that are creating the scoliosis, which is just a bow. What happens is the sacrum and the occiput, or somewhere in here, we've got high pressure tension, and the bow is not the problem. Okay.
Never is. Okay. It's always at the origin and insertion. That's why what we do, we always work with origin and insertion first. And then she just said, I've been searching all those years and found you at the Orlando conference with the Truth About Cancer 2 years ago, and I'm so impressed you make those miracles. So we would love to have you come and stay with us, and we would love to work with you.
And understand something. I got to tell you something. Nobody even helped you yet. When we show you, like, even the squatting technique, when we show you the pelvic expander technique, when we actually show you how to do the foam rolling properly, how to use the rubber ball properly, when we show you that you've been terrorizing yourself, and that every time you do terrorize yourself, the longer that you stay in that sympathetic state. Come on. What you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, I could be sitting here, not even moving, and I got a phone call, and I'm like, oh. You know what? That's how you're doing it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so scoliosis is not some kind of disease. It's just a name given to an imbalance of tissues that have scar tissue, calcification and crystallization. And you know what? I call it game on. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Next one on October 28th from Mammon Waidadi. And this is on Facebook. Are all vitamin D lights okay to use, or are there some that are harmful and or not effective?
Absolutely. All of that is correct.
Yeah.
Check the one out that we have on our website, and you can believe it or not believe it, but it's going to, if you're in the United States, you have to get a prescription. Can you believe it? You got to get a prescription in the United States to get a vitamin D light, but you should be able to get it from your doctor.
It's easy.
Easy. Just go get it, but it's worth it. You have no idea. You're not living anywhere in the United States and getting enough vitamin D. And I can prove that to you. Mm-hmm. Now in Canada, we definitely need it. I've got one at home in my bedroom. So when I come out of the shower, I do it. And I've got one in the office. I just did it a few minutes ago. So the reality of this is this. It saturates you with beautiful vitamin D. But guess what? If you live in the United States, you're looking at $1,000. That's it for a vitamin D light. If you're living in Canada, it's around 13 something.
And honestly, like the amount of money you'd spend on supplements over the years.
Oh, and they don't even work right.
Yeah, they don't. You're not going to absorb them in the same way you're going to absorb the light. That's the source you want it from, is from the light.
Yeah, if I'm under a lot of stress like I was this week, I'm here for my vitamin D light. But if I was away, I'd be doing 50,000 IUs twice a day minimum.
Yeah, it's just so important. It's such an amazing hormone regulator.
I'm not telling you to do that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that's what I do. I can look after my body. It's my body, and I'll look after it the way I want, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
All right. And on October 28th, Lana Rimmer Harrison from Facebook asks, what do you think about injecting CO2?
Well, injecting it where? Into water?
Yeah. Probably into... I don't know if it's an injection internally into like a joint.
No. Wouldn't be, well, maybe.
I feel like that'd be...
well, first of all, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. First of all, I'm not going to do it. I don't even like the idea. It doesn't even sound right. You know what? And if you're asking the question, you've already got doubt.
Yeah.
But you know these carbonation machines?
Yeah, that's what
I thought that maybe what she meant. And guess what? How's disturbing the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, disturbing the pH balance in your small intestine, and how about hardening your arteries? Mm-hmm. And guess what? These soda pumps, they should go to jail. Mm-hmm. They should go to jail for selling these soda pumps to everyone. And guess what? I'm going to tell you something. There are opportunists out there that know that those soda pumps are going to ruin your kids. They're going to ruin your health, and they don't care. They're never going to get sued over it. Mm-hmm. Okay?
That's what I don't know. If it's internal, I don't understand what it would be injected for. So if you want to clarify your question and just let us know so we can give you a thorough answer. But
let me tell you something. It's just like this. You know the cell phone industry? The cell phone industry, okay, they know that they're going to get lawsuits because of brain tumors, because brain tumors have gone through the roof. Mm-hmm. And you can see on an x-ray when you hold your phone to your head, it has the shape of your phone in your brain.
Even there's been breast cancer where women will put their phone in their sports bra when they work out a lot, and they'll have tumors the same size there and on the arm.
What about just saying? We have a friend who would go these long walks.
Yep.
And it was right here, and the tumor was right here. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, right. And it's in the shape of the phone. So it's really important that we take proper precautions when it comes to technology and all these artificial intelligent things that are coming out now, because it's so foreign to us, and it's not with our natural frequency. Well, they're artificially intelligent,
which is making you not intelligent.
Well, and the thing is too, like everything has a frequency. We have a frequency, so why aren't we working with the human resonance frequency and the earth frequencies rather than these foreign frequencies that are harming us? Well, we know why they're doing it, but
because Mother Nature can't speak as loud as your TV and your radio. Okay, but understand something. Go ahead and look at the contract on your phone, and don't be signing it so fast. It says right at the bottom that if it gives you a brain tumor, right, you're signing this away.
Does it?
So if you get a brain tumor and you go to ever want to sue them because you're going to get a brain tumor. People are going to get brain tumors. They're like this.
If you're I'm
going to put a microwave oven right up beside your head here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when you go and they say, well, did you ever put your phone up to your head? Say, no, I never did. Because as soon as you do that, they're going to pull out the contract and they're going to go, you signed right here, and it said that you could get a brain tumor, and it's a small print.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And also, if you look at the fine print with your cell phone, it will tell you that the screen shouldn't even be touched yet. It's a touch screen. They say that you should be like a few inches or a few centimeters or something away from actually touching your screen.
Yeah. So
but they make it touchable.
So you got to get a fake finger.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
But I just need to say this, and you may not be aware of this, but I just interviewed Dr. Magda Havas, and she's one of the world's top.
Genius.
She's a genius. And
for EMF and frequency and
5G, blue light, you name it.
Everything.
But she does research, hardcore research. And anyways, you'll see that show up in a few weeks. Mm-hmm. Is it a few weeks? No, I think it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think the 20th.
Go to docofdetoxshow.com and see all the list of our shows coming. Mm-hmm. I just interviewed Amazon John.
Yep.
And he was in the rainforest for 30 years, and he talked about a story about how cannibals were going to eat him. Anyways, you're going to love that one. But we talked really about the cutting edge of CBD and what's going on in curing cancers with CBD. You're going to love that show. But let's get back to this. Magda Havas, I'm sitting there and she's going, yeah. Now they've got actual digital soothers. So it's in your soother, and it's the hottest thing for new families. Your baby always sucks on it, so they've got the latex plastic so they can get that poisoning.
Yep.
And this thing is always on, and if the baby's temperature goes over 1 degree over normal, it sets an alarm off on the phone. And guess what that does? It causes brain cancers. Now, you ready for this? Another hot big seller for new families is putting a chip in the diaper. And as soon as the baby pees, your alarm goes off so that you can change the baby so the baby will never have diaper rash. But guess what you just did? You just fried, if it's a girl, you fried her ovaries. And if it's a boy, they're only going to be raisins for the rest of his life. So now you know that back when Jimmy Carter, back in the 70s, went to this huge meeting with the World Organization of Health, they said, with the population we have, we can't sustain it on this planet. So they didn't know how to get rid of people. Well, we are frequency beings, and that's how they're going to do it. They're going to wipe your kids out. They've got them covered right from their bum to their mouth.
Totally. They got the antibiotics. Now they got the frequency devices. They got everything. So
yeah, you're going down.
Unless you take personal action and take health home.
That's it.
That's what you got to do.
And you men out there, you know what? Oh, what am I going to do? I don't have to kill the food to bring it home. I don't have to protect. You got to protect your family. You should be researching. You shouldn't be allowed anything to come into the home. You should be protecting your wife and your children, and you should be saying no. But no, you just go ahead and have your beer and your popcorn or your tacos. And what are we kidding here? Men, you lost your way.
Yeah. Don't just be sitting around waiting to see what's for dinner, whatever it might be. I know that sounds so stereotypical, but
no, it is.
It
Rub
is.
that
It's
tummy,
true.
hope for a wish, maybe get something. I don't know.
No, it's time you take your manhood back and take care of your women and take care of your children. And
it's time that women told men how to be men.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree. All right. Next is from Don C. Green.
I feel better.
Me too.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your book, Healthy to 100. Your work is greatly appreciated. It changed my life.
Just know this. If you call in, you only pay the shipping. We will send you a free book. We'll send your family a free book. People will call that when they order. If they call in, we give them a free book with every order. They give it to their family members. And yes, sure, people get to know about us. But guess what? I have no advertising in my book. Very small that I ever allude to it. It's all about taking personal action.
Totally.
I mean, you helped us write it.
Yeah, it's all about how the body functions, everything from the process of digestion to how every other organ works, basically, to the foods that you want to eat, to how to take care of your skin, to about EMF.
Basically, it's about how you're full of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next, on October 28th, Tina Cunningham on Facebook asks, Dr. Wolfe, I've been using the Detox tea now for about a year. However, I haven't used any of your other products. Where do you think I should start? I'm looking at several products, but would like some direction for healthier living.
Let Abby do that.
So what I would suggest, you're already doing the tea, but the most important things that we want to focus on is making sure we're filtering our body. So I would recommend the fulvic acid, the tummy love.
Why do you want to filter the body? Why would you want to do that?
Why wouldn't you? What would you want to like to keep it in?
No, but why do you want to filter the body?
Well,
because there's toxins everywhere.
There's toxins everywhere. We're living in a toxic world.
What do you think cancer is?
Yeah, toxic.
Cancer is a filter. Every autoimmune disease is a filter. So if you don't want to take the humic, the fulvic, the black gold, the daily cleansing tea, do coffee. I'll let you say the rest.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do that, then you become the filter, and you're going to mutate. You're going to implode or explode.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I know even before I started doing daily cleansing, that's how I felt. And then when I started doing this, it's like, oh, okay, now you just feel really good.
Let's cleanse every 6 months. And when we feel really crappy, then we'll dump it all really, and that'll even wear us out and make us feel like crap even more.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just silly. It's using logic. If you're going to take out your garbage can every 3 days when it gets full, why wouldn't you be emptying out your intestines?
Programming.
Yeah. Exactly, that's why. And now it's just about reprogramming that thought and doing the things that are actually going to give you the health that you've always wanted. So like we said, the fulvic acid and the tummy love, you could also do the black gold. The tummy love is for your good bacteria. It's going to help to repopulate your native bacteria from when you were born. So your mother's bacteria that she gave you. The black gold you can put into your smoothies, add it to your coffee grounds, and it creates more of a healing coffee.
It doesn't dissolve, and it's not supposed to dissolve.
No. So don't put it into your coffee. Put it into the grounds, and then it filters through. You might get a little bit of residual coming through because it is finer.
I do 2 tablespoons a day in my blender drink.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like it's going to help to pull out pathogens. It's going to nourish your body with the right nutrients, and it's going to bring down inflammation, help burn fat, build muscle, balance your hormones. It's amazing. And then how many did she ask for? Just a few. Okay.
That's a few.
That's a few.
We don't want to overdo it.
Just structured water as
Always
well.
Structured water.
That's the only other thing.
And we should show them next time. You know what? Next time we do a Q&A, let's show the structured water units.
Yeah, we'll show the different ones that we have.
Yeah. Oh, and guess what else, guys? Today we reshot the pelvis and belly button, but we shot it better.
Yeah.
And we're going to finish it off after we do the show. We got some shooting to do. And then we're going to be releasing that, aren't we? Yeah. It's going to be a show. We're going to put it up maybe in about a week.
Yeah, so we professionally shot it. We saw the live that we did, and the quality wasn't quite up to our standards.
Yeah,
so
Abby
we wanted
wasn't
to
as
redo
good
it.
as she wasn't up to herself, so we had to redo it.
I was just like, I got this. Okay. Next question is from Margot, and this was actually a call-in question. She called in earlier today. She's from Ontario, and she was asking how she can heal her MRSA.
Okay, well, first of all, we've all been around MRSA. So don't think we haven't. We've all taken in MRSA. Well, why don't we all have it? Well, we don't have, honey, I'm home. Come on, MRSA. Just come on in and attack me. You know, so, and even when I was talking to her, what a lovely lady, but I think she understands the concept now. Okay? Yeah. She did not, MRSA did not attack her. She created an environment that MRSA could breed in.
Right. That's what everything is, right?
I've been flying a lot and lecturing all over the country, and I wore myself down a little bit. And I don't know if you noticed, but I got a little bit of a cough, and I'm going to throw it off here in the next few hours. But the reality is that when your immune system comes down, your vibration comes down. You have less light in you. Oh yeah, what the heck is that, Darrell? Well, we're light energy beings. You know, our DNA give off light, okay? Did you know that your cells are made they're ferry boats to carry light? Did you know that there's more light in your spinal fluid than any other part of your body? Everything emits light, okay, from your body. So understand that. So when you come down, your dimmer switch comes down. When your immune system comes down, it just means your light dimmer switch is coming down. And when that comes down, just like the fungus we just talked about, it can take over.
Totally.
So you can actually get yeast turn into fungus, good bacteria into bad bacteria, giving off endotoxin. Good viruses become bad viruses. You know, don't you get sucker punched by the pharmaceutical system.
Yeah.
I mean, they're there to make money. They're not, you know, and you might say, well, Dr. Wolfe, you want to make money too. Yeah, but I'm not greedy, you know, and if you look at what we give away, right?
Yeah, honestly, if you just look at
we're
that
here
alone,
to serve you.
We're here to serve
you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
100%. And for MRSA, I would be doing the humic acid concentrate. I would be doing that, hitting it pretty hard.
Really?
It's really amazing for viruses.
And I told her too, how's your bowels? She said, yeah, okay. And I said, no, not compared to mine.
Yeah.
So you can't ask somebody how their bowels are, because how many people do you poop with?
And most people they don't really know how many bowel movements or how a bowel movement should really be or feel or look like.
Every time that you don't have a complete bowel movement, you're more toxic. So, if you could just do one thing, have a complete bowel movement every time you have a bowel movement. And that's why we really push the daily cleansing tea.
It's life-changing. It truly is.
And I told her, get on the daily cleansing tea, get on the Tummy Love, and get on the Black Gold, the humic concentrate, and to get yourself a nebulizer and nebulize the silver and the fulvic and go in there. And that's when she breathes it in her nose, it goes into her bloodstream, goes into her lungs. That's where we want it.
Exactly. And then also you can always be doing coffee enemas as well, just to get it from all doors.
Just like this. You're going to go whoom with the coffee enema. And let me tell you something. If you can embrace putting a little tube in your bum, then you'll hum.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And I've been doing coffee enemas for 2 years, 3 years, well, maybe even longer. Life-changing. I did it for 2 months consecutively, twice a day. Go to the not the coffee enema guide. It's the Fasting for Perfect Health guide and the Perfect Day guide. There's the ultimate coffee enema in both of those, and it is such a different experience from just doing a coffee enema. You don't want a coffee enema,
trust me. You don't want one.
It's night and day, especially if you're going to be doing fasting as well, because when you can get the Black Gold and the Tummy Love, which is what we add to our coffee enema, it really helps to reestablish your intestinal tract and your immune system and get that good bacteria really flourishing. So really amazing to do just as a protocol, or while you're fasting, or whenever you feel the need.
Yeah, and then when you check out the fasting, check out our advanced fasting, because we use actually energy medicine. We really specialize here in products that are higher frequency. So we deal with energy medicine products, not supplements. So we're able to actually give people some of our energy medicine products, and they do not turn on the digestive tract, which means that it doesn't interrupt a water fast. And that is where you really rock and roll.
Yeah, so we utilize the fulvic acid, the Ormus minerals in your drinking water, and then in the coffee enema you do the Tummy Love and the Black Gold, and then we also utilize the ionic calcium, which you'll have to call in to order if you do want that, and you would do that. You could do it up to 5 times a day. You can do it every 4 hours, and it's absolutely amazing when you utilize the calcium on a fast. It's like,
I don't believe that there's an illness out there or a virus out there that when you wrap your mind, your mind's got to go there first, and then your body follows, and then follow through on the physical. Then I don't believe that, that you can't do this. You can do this. And whether you do it with us doesn't matter, but you can do this. Yeah. Take our information and then find someone to work with you if you don't want to work with us. But understand something. We work with tens of thousands of patients all over the world by Skype, by phone, by FaceTime. Only 1 out of 100 patients actually walk into the clinic. And they're the ones that come here for personal treatment and training, that want to learn how to really take it all back and learn our techniques.
Yeah, or local clients who come in for treatments as well. All right, next question is from Cameron Blair. Greetings. Do you know about essential thrombocytopenia? It's a condition which you have low blood platelet count. If so, comments please. Yeah,
and I do know that. And again, what we're talking about, this guy really needs to take a look at what he's doing during the day. Okay, you have totally run yourself down. Okay, and I would say you really need to take a look at the bowel. Yes. The bowel's the big one, and people go, what? No, the bowel's the big one on that. And I promise you that if you take the load off your body on a physical and emotional level, you're going to see that count turn around. What are you talking about? You were created by God Almighty. And you know what? Every disease is just a label. And the label is just to give everybody who you're talking to an idea where it's going on. But I don't care if you got a sty in your eye or you got something wrong with your toe. It's whole body healing. It's everywhere in your body there's a weak link. So that's why we tell you to go and read The Perfect Day in the library. Go to page 37, look up from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then see how many things you can check off that you're actually doing. And I think you're going to be very surprised that you're hardly doing anything.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And really important to make sure you're drinking the structured water. I would be doing fulvic acid and tummy love because those really help with blood and
curcumin cayenne.
Yeah, the curcumin cayenne.
ATP
plus, the elixir, you do that under the tongue. The divine vine as well is really good for cardiovascular health. Yeah. And really focusing on your breathing because you need to get that oxygen pumping through your whole body so things can actually be moving properly.
Yeah, you don't breathe, you're dead.
Yeah.
You breathe a little, you only have a little bit of oxygen. It's got to go through your lungs and into your blood. So, we got to take a look at this. So we know that this guy's probably low vibrational. And I'm not putting you down. I've been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, everybody's been there.
Low vibrational, like, depressed people are depressed.
Yeah, with low platelet count.
Yeah, it all comes along with it. You can take the personality of a person and give them their diagnosis.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so also I said the fulvic and the tummy love, but you could also take you said the bowel. So of course the daily cleansing tea.
Yeah. Always get the cork out.
Yeah, number one thing, always. But yeah.
It's time to celebrate. Pop that cork. Yeah.
If you have questions, you can give us a call at the clinic, or if you want to do a perfect day consultation to really master this, then I do them, Sarah does them, or if you want Dr. Wolfe, he does them as well.
Yeah, but I cost more.
Yeah.
But, so the reality is start off with the perfect day, and then we'll send you the actual 1 hour audio, and then how about we just throw this in? You can call as often as you want after that. We've got your blueprint made. Okay, we guarantee money back, that within 6 weeks to 3 months that you're going to be really happy because it's not about us. It's about you. And it's that healing mechanism is in everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question is from Heidi on October 30th from Intercom. And she asks, out of the sentient element and the avicin, which one is the best for cancer, body pain, and inflammation?
Avicin.
Yeah, love the avicin.
Avicin, okay.
Definitely.
So the avicin increases the microcirculation by 66% in the human body. These are actual facts, okay? So understand they're facts. And that is 100% more than any other device that we know of on the planet. And your microcirculation makes up 76% of the circulation in your body. And your microcirculation is the little venules, the little arteries, the little lymph vessels. And they're not the big veins in the arteries. But understand, if you've got a problem in your veins and your arteries now, then you're already shutting down with microcirculation. And every place where there's a disease, the microcirculation has crystallized, calcified, and it's got scar tissue. And that's the issue. So you want to heat it up. Remember what I said, and that's what the avicin will do. It'll send that heat in the form of heat in your blood to that area, opening up the microcirculation that is shut down. And if you want to know more about it, go to the Doc of Detox library and click on Energy Medicine Guide and watch the microcirculation video that I did with Tom Mobauer. And he's the inventor, a heck of a nice guy. And but the reality is, I could give you case histories for the whole afternoon of how this works and what people love. You'll sleep better. Your hair grows back. Your nails will go twice as fast. Why? Microcirculation. Did you know that they used to measure how long people would live and how well they would live with telomeres, and the whole thing was wrong? It's all about the microcirculation. Go do your homework, go on GovMed, and you'll find out it's all about the microcirculation. That's going to tell you how nice your ride's going to go. I do the avicin at least once a day for half an hour, and I try to do it twice a day, but I will... Without fail, I do it always before bed.
Yeah, and really amazing too with the avicin, it's very easy to use.
Cancer patients will do it 4 times a day, half an hour.
Yeah, it's a really simple machine. You just put your hand in it and you just let it do its work.
And fall asleep. Yeah. 3 out of 4 people fall asleep, Abby?
Yeah, it's incredible. And if you watch our pelvic expansion video that we're going to be showing when we do our... we talked about it. We're going to be finishing it after this.
We'll be showing it next week.
Yeah, we'll be showing the avicin, the Bioptron with the pelvic expander. So check it out there to see how it works. Yeah. Next question on October 30th from Ariel on Intercom. And she asks, my 23-year-old son is losing his hair. What do you suggest?
Okay, first of all, your 23-year-old son is going crazy. He's
very
stressing
stressed
out. And his liver is taking a beating. And you, okay.
He could be drinking, because that's the age, right, that you're probably in party mode, so that can be playing a big role.
But the Avicen, patting and clapping on the scalp, using essential oils on the scalp, doing dry skin brushing on the scalp,
get that circulation going, and stimulating that scalp is so important.
I'd get a Perfect Day consult. Abby's going to go over the diet. They're going to go all over the physical therapy, the stimulation. You're going to see his hair. How about this? If you do what she asks, you will see within 3 to 6 months his hair will be back, and it will be thicker, twice as thick.
I would just like to say my brother started losing his hair. This would have been 5 years ago. He started like getting thin on top because of the stress our mom put us through. So just
but she didn't mean to.
No, she didn't mean to. We love her. Like, we forgive everything that happened.
Yeah,
it was
and then
a growing experience for the whole family.
And now we don't even need to forgive her, because we realize that we all get sucker punched.
Honestly, it's just a part of life. But that's what happened. Stress can do that to a person. So just talk to him. See if there's something that's really stressing him out right now.
There is something that's really stressing him out, because it's always the invisible that creates the physical, and that's the deal. If you don't let that little saying go. Invisible creates the visible, and the invisible creates the physical. So just remember that. And
my brother's hair grew back once the stress went away. So there's that too. There's hope. So your mother
didn't go and visit much.
Yeah, she stopped coming to visit. I'm just kidding.
Okay, all right.
No. Love you, Mommy. Okay. Next one from Brianna on Intercom on October 30th. The doctor prescribed antidepressants to my 19-year-old daughter. We didn't fill the prescription, but she needs something. What do you suggest?
Go ahead, Abby.
I would really suggest a consultation, because
How old is she?
19.
Oh, well, right now she's in a midlife crisis of becoming a woman, and she's not good enough. How would you like to be not good enough? Oh, wait a minute. That would be you.
Yeah.
That would be me. That would be you. That would be, hey,
how do you feel?
Do you feel good enough? Yes. Oh, of course. There's always one.
It's just lying.
Yeah, he's lying. He's lying to himself. He just started working with us. Wait till I get him into therapy, and then he finds out he needs a straitjacket. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's happening. Watch out, Tam. Just
That's
kidding.
it. So,
okay, so we digressed once again. It happens often with us. If it's your first time joining, that might happen a couple more times in the show. No, just kidding.
Well, it's Friday, and this was a fried week.
Fried week, yes, definitely. And Mercury retrograde started yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday, and then it blew up.
So just take it easy on yourselves for the next month, and everybody around you, everybody at work.
Patience for yourself and everybody around you.
Yeah.
If you don't think that the solar system has anything to do with your life, wow, really? Okay.
It's got everything to do with your life.
Right.
So let's get back to this beautiful 19-year-old girl. So I would love to help you. If you wanted to do a consultation, we can talk about everything you're going through.
And have her call, and we'll spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll talk to her on Skype. She can see that we're not ogres, and we can see that, guess what? I was a 19-year-old girl once too, and so were you, right?
Yeah, I was.
That's right.
Yeah. How was your 19-year-old girl experience?
So anyways, we've all been there. Okay, we've all been there.
And if you want just a product suggestion, honestly, the Divine Vine's amazing for depression.
Magnesium.
And magnesium.
Get her bowels moving. I guarantee that she is plugged up or she has diarrhea.
Hormonal balance is really important.
Remind her about the water. Yeah. She's not drinking water. When you're depressed or stressed, you don't drink water.
Yeah, 19 years old, if you're a Canadian, that's legal drinking age. That causes depression. Even if you're not in Canada, I mean, anywhere, people are usually drinking around that age.
Oh, and surprise, surprise, you think you're the parent and you know what's going on with her.
Also, I mean, I'm reading questions off my phone, but be careful with these things, because people are always looking for that rush of gratification on social media, which can cause a lot of depression when you're not getting that high.
And is her phone I guarantee it, does she have a phone, and is it in her bed beside her, and
she's sleeping?
And it's not on airplane mode?
If
that's enough to take her down.
That phone, I plug my phone in my bathroom on airplane mode, because I use it as my alarm, but I don't keep it anywhere near me while I sleep, because
I hope you get this.
So dangerous.
Your phone, when it's not on airplane mode, you don't enter REM sleep or healing sleep at all.
Your cells are bouncing back and forth, going crazy.
They're freaking the heck out.
And they don't know how to regenerate.
Yeah, get that Wi-Fi off. Get it off. And if your husband says, no, I don't want to do it.
And also,
Yeah.
These are protective bodyguards. So it's a crystal and it has radionics.
And we'll back it with a money back guarantee that you will feel the difference even in your thyroid. You'll see it in your skin condition.
I already noticed it in my skin. My skin looks so much better today than it did yesterday. I was like,
these are beyond. Okay.
Amazing.
I actually do use mine to douse a little bit sometimes on patients about supplementation and things. And it's a new one.
Yeah. It's the new winner.
The other one is
the new winning dowser.
Well, because I lost the other one.
Oh, okay. I've used it a couple times, but it was nothing. It was just personal life questions. So.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, again, digressed. Okay. Yeah. Next question. On October 22nd, Angela Shelley from Facebook asks, if someone has a hiatal hernia, does that mean the mesentery is torn? Does this mean the second brain is broken? Any solutions?
Well, first of all, if you've got a hiatal hernia, okay, that's not an inguinal hernia. That's a hiatal hernia.
Up here.
So that's up here.
So
and I love hiatal hernias. Okay.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, they're easy peasy. But you know what? We can go in and we can reverse a hiatal hernia. We really can. I can't reverse an inguinal hernia.
They're trickier.
They're trickier because there's the tear there.
Well, and what happens is the stomach is coming up through the diaphragmatic hole, and it's popping up. And
I'm going to tell you a really short story. So I was in Texas, and I was doing a lecture there, and I went to get a haircut, and I went into this barbershop, haircutting place.
Yeah.
And the guy there, he's going, oh, and he's a big guy. He's like 6'3".
Yeah.
And I said, what's wrong? And he goes, I'm married to a 4'5" Vietnamese girl. That should tell you enough. So anyways, I go, I can help you with that. He goes, yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. So I took him in the back of the room. And what I do is I go in and loosen it all up around here. And then you get in there and you can actually feel where it's popped up. And I grabbed just underneath and I pulled down and popped it down. So.
And what happened after that?
Well, I wasn't going to tell that part.
Okay. We don't have to.
Okay.
We'll go on. But and then it was fixed.
Well, he screamed really loud. And the other guys in the barbershop came in and they thought that it was a white guy attacking
a African American.
That's right. And so they grabbed me and they pulled me off of him. And he goes, no, he's trying to help me.
He's okay.
Anyways, I was going to tell that part. Okay, but it all worked out well.
But it was funny. They need to hear the funny part of the story.
All right.
Okay. On October 23rd, Hope Clark from Facebook says, one of the best compassionate shows. Why shouldn't we love ourselves or others? You have the key. Keep sharing it. Thanks,
Why
Hope.
shouldn't you? Because you've been programmed not to. And as long as you're going to abuse yourself and your family, everybody's going to need drugs and everybody's going to eat at the vibration they feel, which is destructive. That's all. Yep. It's not a big deal.
All right. On October 27th, John Dennis from Facebook asks, you talked about not living where you do not like. I had the flight or fight response, which leads to IBS when I knew that I had to move to keep my job. Just my body telling me to stay where I was, but I did not listen. I moved me and my mom away from what we both loved to some place we both hated. I took her away from friends and family. Since her death, I have been punishing myself for now only moving us, but by staying here for so long.
Okay, here's the deal. First of all, you've been running a punishment program since you were a little kid. Okay? And with this move, it just helped to feed it. And whatever you feed gets bigger. You know, if I feed that total self-love, total care to myself, how am I going to look? How am I going to feel? If I feed to myself that I have low value, low self-esteem, I dishonor myself, how am I going to feel? How am I going to look? So understand, this, even writing this, thank you so much for being honest. But even writing this was your subconscious was writing this. So you're kind of reaching out, but your subconscious is writing this. Okay, because your subconscious doesn't want any changes. Doesn't care if you want to change and save your life. You can forget that. We're not changing. We're good here. Okay, you might be miserable, but you're not dead. My job is to protect you. So understand what you should do. You should start looking to move back and understand something. Your mother wanted to be with you. You wanted to be with your mother. and you looked after her, and you give yourself a pat on the back, you did absolutely nothing wrong. Okay? Just make sure that you connect to your breath before you make a decision again, and find that still point where you breathe 6 seconds in and then you hold that still point. And just really quiet your mind and understand something. When you decided to move, I guarantee you the voice you were listening to was, we got to move. It's the money. We got to do it now. We got to do it. We'll never have a better job because we just couldn't. Mm-hmm. And then there was a little voice going, everything's going to be okay, John. And that was the God spot inside you. Don't ever dishonor that again. And don't feel bad. I have made major screw-ups, and I'm going to do it again, hopefully not too often, and hopefully not today. But the reality is, as soon as I don't stay connected to my breath, as soon as I don't stay connected to, you know what, Darrell, you're beautiful, protect yourself, man. Because everybody on this planet, you know what, they're all good people, but most of them have bad beliefs, okay? Think about it. And when everybody's talking to you, most people are coming from a place of fear and anxiety and worry and doubt. So, you know how many people I want to talk to, right?
Everybody.
Everybody, because guess what? I already know that I'm not going to buy into it.
No. And you're one of the people who can actually, from what I've seen, it's the most amazing thing, how you can actually transform people's thoughts like that. Just, I don't know how you do it sometimes, but it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So it's very cool.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle, everybody. Okay, on October 25th, Iris Ulrich from Facebook asks, what is organ alignment?
Organ alignment is when we do like the abdominal lift, and you can't nobody's got organ alignment unless you get rid of all the adhesions. Why don't you just tell us?
Yeah, well, the thing is whenever we have like abdominal adhesions or there's a lot of crystallization, displaced calcium, scar tissue, problems going on from poor lifestyle choices, the emotions, the stress, everything that we've talked about, those adhesions are going to cause pulling and things are going to come out of place. So even from just not properly toning your core, you're going to have more of a prolapse in your abdomen. So you can get a prolapsed colon, which is going to push your bladder down, your uterus down. It's
It's a sticky,
glicky mess.
And things are sticking together that shouldn't.
They're adhering.
You go
it's
to
like
move,
gluing.
I go to move over here and I go, oh.
Yeah.
I got to move over here and I go, oh.
Yeah, so imagine like a big piece of super glue attached from your transverse colon to your liver, and then that liver's getting pulled and tugged, and then
or the
things
small
aren't
intestine is
properly.
stuck to the large intestine. Or the large intestine is fallen down and stuck to your pubic bone.
Exactly. So what we do is we can go in with our special Wolfe non-surgical techniques to gently and lovingly pull those adhesions apart. And then we have other techniques where we can actually realign the organs and put them into place where they're meant to be.
You know what I just thought? We go in there with our WDT.
WDT.
Not WD-40. WDT.
yeah. Get rid of this sticky glicky mess with the WDT. That's right.
Okay.
All right. So on October 28th, Teresa Montgomery from Facebook asks, how can I beat fibromyalgia? I did it once, but it was in a serious accident.
First of all, you should never beat anything. Don't ever beat anything. How can you love yourself well? Okay, so guess what? There is no such thing as fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
Fibromyalgia means fiber. That's the tissue.
Yep, muscle.
My means muscle. Algia means pain. So you've got pain in many muscles. Wow, that's a disease. No, here's the deal. You are stressing and terrorizing yourself.
Yeah.
And you're reliving some type of terror.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you don't remember about the water. You don't remember about the structured water, or to take your daily cleansing tea, or to eat your salad, or to go and give your husband a hug or your children a hug, because you're all caught up in your own.
Totally. And the thing too, like with fibromyalgia, a lot of the times we're in a victim state, and that's why we get it. And
it's not, when we mean victim state, it means that you believe you've been disempowered because you don't have the ability to heal like everyone else. And it's just a thought.
Yeah.
We offer a money-back guarantee that in 6 weeks to 3 months, and that you're not going to have that. Now, people are going, why does he keep saying that money-back guarantee? Does he not have his mortgage paid? Well, if you knew how well we did this week, you would fall off your chair. And the reality is we keep telling you this because we want everybody to experience their amazing hidden potential.
Totally. And with fibromyalgia, if you imagine like the muscle fibers are like this, and over time they get contracted, but within all those fibers, because of the constant stress and flight or fight, you're constantly pulling calcium into those fibers. You're creating unhealthier tissue because of the stress and anxiety. Okay. So it's becoming like dehydrated. It's getting lack of blood flow, lack of circulation, lack of lymph flow. So it's just tightening up and hardening, and that those fibers are just needing to get some love and get all of that displaced calcium crystallization out of there, melt it, and then restore that scar tissue back to healthy tissue.
It's all about flow. Everything. The reason why you got fibromyalgia is because you got too many physical blocks. Mm-hmm. Too much calcium, too much crystallization, too much scar tissue rampant going on. And that's because you're inflamed, because you're terrorizing yourself. And when you do that, you don't eat right, look after yourself. Mm-hmm. And you can say you do, but no. 1 and 1 are not 11. They're 2. And you have to understand something. Every time that you get stressed out, you contract every cell, 50 trillion cells in your body. Mm-hmm. They contract. And you contract them. You know, this is proven that when you contract your cells, if you keep doing it throughout the day, they thicken. Mm-hmm. So what do you think that is? They thicken just like the scar tissue you're making, because it's protection against the evil outside. Yeah. Right.
Well, and the contraction, just think of anything that contracts.
Sticks.
And it's not breathing. So that the oxygen flow isn't coming into those cells anymore. So the more we're in contraction, the less oxygen flow we have, the more of an anaerobic environment we have.
You're tightening up. So everything's getting tighter. So what I need everybody to do when this show is over, not until the show is over, but when the show is over, I want you to go out and get your favorite beef jerky and just chew on that, and you're going to know what you're doing to yourself.
Exactly, because that beef jerky is what's in your body. It's created that scar tissue beef jerky.
And we're not getting rid of the beef jerky. We don't get rid of anything. Mm-mm. We bring the blood in, we bring the lymph in, and we pull the fibers, lovingly pull them apart to allow the energy to flow that you don't want to believe that you truly are. Mm-hmm. And then that creates the instant healing.
Yeah. And then with the crystallization, all we're doing is melting it. And the crystallization was just acidity buildup in the body, whether it be uric acid, lactic acid, whatever it is. So we're just melting that with the heat that we're creating. And the displaced calcium was just leached from your bones. So we work on that, and it goes back into the bones.
Yeah. The SAC calcium will take and restore every bit of calcium you've ever lost from your bones within 9 to 12 months.
Mm-hmm. So there's no need for all this osteoporosis, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis. So
why don't you give us something hard to do?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd like a challenge.
Yeah, because guess what? That's the adventure of life.
Yeah.
We were challenged this week, weren't we?
Were we? By who?
You don't remember? See, that's how good she is. Okay, let's go.
I didn't want that challenge. I'm just kidding. I'll talk about it later. On October 28th, Joanna Dorothy from Facebook asks, I had an accident on my bike. My big joint on my thumb still looks a little bit bigger than it used to. The accident happened 3 years ago. Is there anything I can do?
What you could do, if you want to try this, okay, do you want to grab the bottle?
Sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, one sec.
Earpiece.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what you can do is you can get the bottom of an eyedropper bottle. These are our new essential oil bottles, see?
So beautiful.
It's Egyptian glass, so the actual essential oils are protected from radiation. So what you can do, let's say it was on your thumb here, take a little bit of coconut oil, and mix with the coconut oil our product called Pain Away, and it's really meant to do this. Mix it with the coconut oil, put a little bit on there, and then go in and take the bottom of the bottle and start going in there, and when you're coming back, dig at it, but you got to go all directions and go in there, and you've got to go in there to the point that you feel you broke it up.
And you don't want to scrub it back and forth.
No, no scrubbing.
Pull down and then kind of lift it back up, so you're not ever going like.
Yeah, you can try that. You can try that out. But the reality is, if you could go to one of our therapists that we've trained or come to us, it would take them probably around 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes to get rid of 90% to 100% of it.
Yeah, and if you had a bike accident, we'd probably spend an hour just working the whole area of the injury.
Trust me, you know what? Okay. You could tell me that you're in perfect health and come here, and I guarantee you that we could spend 10 hours of deep tissue work on you and the non-surgical. And when you leave here, you'll go, I wasn't good. I wasn't good. I was good compared to everybody my age.
Yeah. I don't think anybody truly realizes how not good
my gosh,
they are until they get the scar tissue.
We work on teenagers. We work on young kids.
Yeah.
And they already have it.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's just the world we live in.
It's like this. It's like if you could see the way you used to pee when you were young and the way you're peeing now, you'd see it slow down.
Right.
So you think everything is normal. Well, it's not normal.
But everything just happens over such a long time, so it's a slow progression. Yeah. So you don't notice the changes.
Yeah. People ask me where I get all my energy. Like we were sitting here just saying, look at all the stuff I've done this year. Right?
It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild because I keep reaching down into the invisible. Okay.
All right. On October 28th, Belinda Chera from Facebook asks, Dr. Wolfe and Abby, I'm curious if you are familiar with the book 6 Foot Tiger, 3 Foot Cage by Dr. Felix Leo DDS. I go to a biological dentist and she told me that because of my previous dental work, it has caused my tongue to no longer fit properly in my mouth. This translates to not getting enough oxygen, and it also causes snoring in some people. There is a specific mouth appliance that is worn to restore and expand the bite back to its original shape to allow the tongue to rest properly and not sit back into the throat. Are you familiar with this? Thank you, and sorry for the long question.
It isn't a long question.
Don't apologize.
It's a beautiful question. Yes. And guess what? I am, but you don't. Go ahead and do it. It's going to be helpful. But if we were to do the facial sculpturing on you and actually do some inner mouth work, I don't think you would have it at all.
And then a couple other things to just bring down the inflammation and just get that oxygen moving better throughout the body. I think it would.
I don't think the tongue is the problem.
No, and just diet.
That's all I'm
too.
saying.
The diet, water,
yeah,
the non-surgical work that we can do on the face.
And the cranium.
Yeah.
You need to do the occiput work.
Totally.
When you do the occiput work, you change everything in here right away.
Well, this is all correlated to the entire mouth.
So you better talk to your dentist because they don't know about this. We've been doing this for years. I know a dentist that does this with everyone. He adjusts the occipital cranium area all the time. Yeah,
so important.
And we're talking about people that are having trouble walking. And yes, the dental work caused it.
Yeah. Yeah, and
a lot of times
when you're off balance in here, you're going to be off balance in a lot of other areas of life. Just like your tail, the coccyx tail, like we talked about in the video we did earlier today. I believe.
Which
you'll see. Next week.
Watch for a video that we did called "A Pelvis Full of Pain."
It's going to be good. You guys are going to love it. All right. On October 28th, John Armitage from Facebook asks, "Can you recap on structured water again?"
Okay. Structured water, like I said, we're going to have one here from now on, so we can just show these things. We try not to bring products on the set, okay, because we don't want to be like
salesman.
No, the show at nighttime.
Infomercial.
We don't want to be an infomercial, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and this is Janie.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're here to tell you about structured water.
Yeah, and so structured water unit is about this big. And you can put it under any tap around the world. I do. I structure all my water. I don't filter my water. And you're going to go, you know what? Now I know I don't want to watch this guy anymore because we had a water boil advisory all summer.
That's still going on.
And we only structure out of every tap, and so do all my clients. And that's all I've done for years, and nobody's ever gotten sick. My neighbors are always sick with the water, and they're going to Costco to buy the bottled water that is more toxic than anything.
Yeah.
So what happens is the water goes in, and it gets, the way it's structured in there, it goes all directions at the same time, all the directions it can, different ways.
Vortexing.
Yeah, so understand that structured water is the same as rainwater. Okay, so what God said was, I'm going to make rainwater. It's structured. It may not get rid of all the chemical pollution and heavy metals that man is going to put in the atmosphere, along with even the chemtrails. But when the water becomes structured, all those chemicals in there, even though the physical ones are in there, they're not hurting any living microorganisms on the planet. None of us. We're not getting hurt by rainwater. And why are the crops still as good as they were 500 years ago? Well, because the Creator thought about that.
Yep.
So what we're doing is the same thing. We're not physically removing the things. we're changing the frequency, and which we always talk about all the time. Yeah. So we're changing the frequency, and when you change the frequency, then the body doesn't associate with the toxin anymore, and it comes in and it leaves. But I do want to say this. Every food you've ever eaten, all the water you've ever taken in has left your body. The only thing, and guess what? No, I take these supplements because they help me. No, the supplement or the nutrient inside the thing that you're taking doesn't stay in you. It's only the vibration that stays, and that's why we want to use energy medicine, which is like change our beliefs.
Yep, that's the biggest one.
So, and if you've looked at all the work with the Chinese person, what was his name? I forget his name right now. Anyways, I'll have that book here, but there's enough science based on this that you can put thought into water. You can change it.
Oh, I can't remember his name either, but he did a big study, and he put glasses of water and said positive things and affirmations to one and negative ones to the other. I think he even had like things written on them in negative words and positive words. Then he froze them, looked at it under a microscope. The one that was a positive water was a beautiful snowflake and looked magical. And then the one that was all negative, it was dark and dingy and just looked like nothing.
We have been so dumbed down, that I'm going to go out and buy a $10,000 filter system, and then I'm going to replace these filters every few months.
And the thing with any filtered water is it's microclustered water, so we have to actually break that down, whereas with structured water, it's low surface tension already, and the particles within the molecule are already pretty much broken down to that single choo-choo chain structure that our aquaporin channel of every single cell in our body needs it to be in.
And it takes it without any energy. Exactly. So understand, you could even have like a Kangen water machine, which is great water, but the reality is, if it's electrical, it's not structured. So, and that's a proven fact. It's not structured. And it's also called fourth phase water. Yeah. So what happens is, you can go and filter water and make distilled water reverse osmosis, but guess what? You took everything physical out. You still have the homeopathic memory of every drug, every chemical, and everybody who drank it. Thank you very much. I'm opting out.
Yeah. So even if you don't completely buy into the structuring just on its own, filter it first, structure it after, and you're going to have the best water you can possibly have.
Oh, and why don't you do this? Why don't you put a bowl of the structured and put a bowl of the best water, the most expensive water, and then let's see which one the cat goes to and the dog goes to, because guess what? They haven't had so much artificial intelligence yet.
My nieces, they wouldn't. I got my dad and stepmom the structured water unit for Christmas one year, and they won't drink any other water now. My nieces, they're at the time they were probably like 9 or 10.
Well, do you want to drink a glass and it feels heavy, or drink a quart and it feels light? I mean, that should tell you something right there. And you can actually take 1 ounce out of a bottle of wine. Yep. Not that you want to do it, but if you do, and you can structure that 1 ounce, put it back into the wine, and drink the whole quart, and you won't have a hangover in the morning. Now, how's that possible? Because your liver's protected. You could do that to beer, you could do that to liquor, and what we do is we spray structured water on everything when we go out, even if they say it's organic, because liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, and you don't know the energy that the cook had and everything else.
Yeah, so we spray it, structure it, and get rid of that energy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's how powerful the structured water is. It's even going to get rid of energy from people and different things. Like, for instance, the prescription medications, birth control pills, whatever it is that's in the water. The structuring will get rid of all of those elements, whether it even be the emotions that came through their urine into the water.
We could tell you things about structured water, but you're not prepared to hear it. Yeah. Because it's like,
Yeah. People think it's a little bit too new age, even though it's the original.
And I don't even know what new age is, you know.
It's old age, technically.
Yeah, everything is old age, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like somebody says new age when they're narrow-minded. And I'm not saying that there's not new age flaky stuff out there.
Oh, yeah, there is.
I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying something right now. Let's stop judging. Let's have an open mind, okay? And the more open-minded you are, I'm not saying go do it and go drop a hit of acid. That's not what I said. I said be open-minded, because the day that you think you know everything and the day that you think that your way's the only way is the day that you're going to hit the highway hard.
All right. Next question on October 28th from Johanna Omran from Facebook asks, hi, had a family member had an allergic reaction to something he ate at my place. So I gave him poison control and the swelling went away. So is poison control for allergy reaction?
Thank you, God bless. It's any toxic reaction, and an allergy is a toxic reaction because an allergy just means that your body doesn't have the immune system to break down something in the air, the water, or the food.
And poison control is one of the best things for food poisoning. So if you ever come into
or that bite
situation, snake bite, anything, it's going to help pull those poisons out, because what it is, the fulvic acid, it has different bioenergetic frequencies with the poison control, but the fulvic acid actually delivers nutrients to cells, but then it picks up any toxin from every single cell in the body and pulls it out. So that's how it's working its magic. Next question on October 28th from Iris Ulrich from Facebook asks, what's your perception of God?
What's my perception of God? Well, God is in everything, and God is everything. And the reality is everybody's perception is different, depends on what church they go to. And there's 1,500 different religions that all think they're right. And I believe that God is not love. God is beyond love. And if we even had a little sniff or we had a little view of God, you'd have a heart attack right now and you would die because you couldn't handle that vibration that created the whole universe and said that I love everything and I don't have a personality disorder. God doesn't have a personality disorder. We make God think that, it's a constipated old bearded man that probably has gas and needs to be in a straitjacket. Well, that, what I call God, has never judged us and never will. And man made that up because that's how we control people and we drive them crazy. Because my father was a pastor and he almost drove me crazy. I was banging my head every night because he told me God gives me everything, but God's watching me and I'm a little sinner. So go figure that one out. I'll tell you who God really is. God is something that is the most beautiful thing, and I don't think that you could handle a glimpse of it. No human being could handle what that is. That, what we call God, created the whole universe, and there are so many different dimensions. You know what? We think because we live on this earth, you know what? If you were to go to the other end of the universe, you wouldn't even know what Earth is. It wouldn't even be a speck of sand on the beach. And I don't really believe that somebody actually created me to judge me and 1 minute love me and next minute hate me. And so I'm not buying into any of this. And guess what? I'm the one that has a good sleep. I'm the one that has great health. I'm the one that can do the work of 10 adults and still not buckle. Am I right?
Seriously, 100%.
And that's because, guess what? I was created by God Almighty, and I'm going to act like it. And I'm not going to listen to anything that man has said. And I'm not going to listen to anything that man says that God wrote. Because the only thing that God does is write on my heart every night. I love you totally, Darrell. You got this. And no matter what you did wrong, up until this point, I forgive you. And anything you're going to do, I forgive you. Because when you come down here, you get corrupted and contaminated and conflicted by your adulterated parents and all these other systems that tell you you're unworthy. And God would never do that. There's my answer.
All right. Thank you so much for your question. And on October 28th, Oksana Suk from Facebook asks, is there a chance to treat ichthyosis, so a family of rare genetic skin disorders characterized by dry, thickened, scaly skin? So it'd be similar to like psoriasis, eczema, just a different name.
You know what? They're all the same thing, and they all get different names because they'll take on a different symptom, and they'll take on a different symptom because it's a person with everybody has their own personality.
Yeah.
And everybody has a combination of different chemicals coming in. So it'll still be a skin condition, but it'll be their skin condition.
Yeah, and it might just be in a different area of the body that it's going towards. And it would be the same way we would treat all the other conditions like eczema and psoriasis. It all starts from the gut, so we need to take care of that first. You guys got to get this. You have to get this. All of these names, this is confuse you. Are you confused yet? You know what? Are you confused yet? A skin condition is a skin condition, and your skin is the mirror of your large intestine. So first, let's do the large. Okay, I'll tell you what. You tell me that there's a skin condition that can't be healed, and then I'll tell you what. I'll work on that person and give them all the products for free. And I'll tell you that there's no such thing. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Seriously.
You know what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
And it's so true because it all can be reversed. That's what your body was designed to do.
And then you're going to think, oh, they're just young and cocky, whatever the case may be. I'm almost 64 years old, so I'm not that young.
Me too.
And I'm not dumb. Okay? I'm a highly intelligent person created by God Almighty, and I'm going to hold the line and let people know that all of these new names is just to confuse you. Mind, you can't even keep up to the new diseases, and it's all the same thing. Yeah. Okay, so a pimple is a pimple a tumor starts off as a pimple, for God's sakes. Mm-hmm. And you're going to say, no, it doesn't. I'm going to say, yes, it does. I'm not saying that the pimple will turn into a tumor, but it's all the same problem, that you're not looking after yourself, creating the perfect day, loving yourself, and gently detoxing. Yeah. And that's the bottom line.
And the thing, too, like, let's stop looking at the condition and the name of it and what it is.
Oh, but tell us the name. We enjoy this.
Yeah, no, totally. But let's actually discern this and look at the root. What actually caused this?
Yes.
Let's not just be like, hey, I have this flaky thing on my skin. It must have just happened on my skin. Your skin is your largest organ. That's just a warning sign that something else is going haywire somewhere else.
New name, new drug. Mm-hmm. New pill for every ill. Mm-hmm. So you know what? Let's just keep throwing the names out to them, because you know what? They're morons.
Well, that's why there's 193 autoimmune diseases or whatever.
Yeah, they think that we're so stupid, okay, that we wouldn't understand, okay, that they're going to come up with 1,000 new diseases, and they're going to do that in the okay.
You just wait and watch.
Oh,
how many
you wait
come
and
out?
watch, because I'll tell you something.
Already.
Every corporation says, how's our bottom line?
Yeah. That's what it is. It's all about making money. That's what the medical system is. They say it's a system, but it's a corporation. We should really call it medical corporation.
That's right. And guess what? It's not a person. You can call me up and say, Darrell, liar, liar, pants on fire. Mm-hmm. Darrell, I want my money back. I'll say, okay, let me see you get your money back from them. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think that they should start giving giving a 30-day or 90-day money back guarantee like we do. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see them do that.
Yeah. Let's see them do, especially
man up.
Certain things that they're completely protected from against all law.
Excuse me, ma'am, please sign this before we operate on your child. Mm-hmm.
Even a vaccine, you can't even sue anybody for that if something happens, because they're completely protected.
There's lots of lawsuits being paid.
Now, finally?
Yeah, well, they're hidden. You just haven't heard about them.
See, they don't want anybody to know about it. But on the truth about vaccines, they said that the vaccination companies were protected against
They are in a lot of cases.
Yeah, it's wild. Wild out there.
So, look I don't want you to hate anyone. Mm-mm. I don't want you to hate a system. I don't want you to hate anything. I want you to love your life. Mm-hmm. I want you to understand that planet Earth is always going to be at war with itself, and the only place that you're going to find peace is with yourself, and then share that with your family. What, are you kidding? You're kidding me, right? That you actually think that that's going to change. Right. Okay. All right. That'll be for another show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so for skin conditions, like we said, look at the large intestine first. Daily cleansing tea, structured water, tummy love, fulvic acid, curcumin, cayenne, and dry skin brushing, cocoa salt glow.
But really, if you started doing like the Avicen and the Bioptron, look at energy medicine is the way of the future, and you are the energy medicine side of you. But I believe that we use
vitamin D light as well.
Oh yeah, the vitamin D light
for any skin condition.
I mean, that's just hands down. That's hands down. Yeah, you're not going to see them say it because they're not allowed to. Yeah. But the reality is that we have people coming in here. Okay, how about this? We've got people coming in there. 90% of their body has psoriasis all over it. Mm-hmm. Okay, or eczema all over it. Why is it that it goes away within days? Okay.
Because we're increasing the vibratory frequency of the body with energy medicine.
That's right.
And that way, when there's more light in the body, those lower frequencies can't live. So if you think of skin conditions like fungus and different bacterias,
they live in caves.
They don't like the light. So let's get the light on them.
Yeah.
On October 28th, Mildred Hernandez from Facebook asks, hello, what is the pelvic expander technique?
Okay, well, you know what? You're going to see it. Watch the show that's called A Pelvis Full of Inflammation. Mm-hmm. All right?
Yep.
And also, you want to watch the show. It's a master class.
Yes.
And we're going to tell everybody when it comes out. And if you want to join it for free, there's a limited time. And that master class is called Wellness.
A to Z Wellness Guide.
A to Z Wellness Guide. And with it comes 42 videos where we talk about all the autoimmune diseases and all the conditions that people have, right from hip problems and knee problems, you name it, cancer. And we talk about the medical system on the way they would do it and how we would treat it, not putting their way down, just the way we do it.
We're just laying out facts.
And then telling you that we'll offer you a money-back guarantee on that first treatment. Because you'll know. And you know what? If you do the right thing, your body just goes, where have you been?
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Like, finally, thank you. And then it just is a domino effect in the right way.
That's right. And then it affects every organ in the body. Stop looking at the label. You are a light energy being with the most powerful healing mechanism locked away inside of you, but not if you don't believe it.
Yeah. Next question is from Jomana Omran from Facebook on October 28th. Is Diavacin good for edema? Hope you do come to Australia.
Absolutely. I'll tell you about a lady who has peritoneal cancer, and she has ascites, and she was looking probably 10 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And she came in and just there's lots of cases, but I just want to tell you this one. She put in and did the Diavacin, and the next day she had 2 bowel movements, and it reduced her water in her abdomen by, she said, at least 50%. So there's your answer.
Yeah.
So everything is about circulation.
Yeah.
Okay?
And we are coming to Australia. We'll be in Brisbane, Australia. We don't know when, but we will be there.
Yeah.
On October 28th, Belinda Chara from Facebook asks, I think it's just a comment. So, hello, Dr. Wolfe and Abby Michelle. I cannot tell you how much I look forward to these Q&A live sessions. What a blessing you two are in taking the time to answer our questions, and how real and very special you are. I am truly grateful. Thank you so much. We're so grateful for you.
Thanks for giving us the opportunity. And yeah, it'd be great. It's great that there's somebody on the other side of the
Glad you're out there listening. All right. On October 29th, Jay Norton from Facebook asks, you've spoken before about protecting your thyroid if you sit close to a computer screen all day. What should we wrap around our neck? Would aluminum foil be a good guard, or is it highly dangerous? Would a small computer screen be safer than a large screen? I sit all day in front of a computer and I get very tired by the end of the day. I can't wear Tesla glasses because I'm short-sighted and need my prescription glasses.
Well, first of all, you should be drinking Fulvic and structured water. And you need to do more oils, okay? And you need to just wear, those nice silk things. They're like round. You pull them over your head.
Yeah, like an infinity little scarf.
For people who go skiing or...
Like a neck warmer.
Yeah, pick something really stylish and beautiful. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
Or wear a turtleneck.
Turtlenecks. Or also, you can find silver material.
Yeah.
And silver is a really amazing EMF protector. So you can get silver and wrap that around your neck. But anything is going to protect. You just want to have your skin covered. You don't want to have anything exposed. This as well will protect you.
Oh my gosh. This is the key.
Yeah. And there's also the crystal eggs. Or the protector. Yeah. It looks like a little egg. And you can sit it on your computer desk. The Wi-Fi, and then I don't know about the aluminum foil. I personally wouldn't. That would be uncomfortable.
The Wi-Fi, okay. If I was going to be working at, we do it anyway, so we have it all. We have a Wi-Fi in the office. I have one at home. I wear this. I have a protector, which is, we showed it before. We should just have them in here.
Yeah, we'll bring them in next time.
I have that on my desk. So I know I'm protected.
Yeah.
I truly know I'm protected.
And structured water will protect you from EMF.
Well, because the EMF is a frequency and it actually gets into your water, which is mainly what you're made out of, and in your blood. So when you're drinking structured water, it restructures all the fluids in your body. Yeah. And you want to drink at least 5 quarts of water. If you work on computers and you're a man, if you're a woman, 3 to 4 quarts.
Set an alarm every hour to get up from your desk at least for 2 minutes and do the pelvic activation squat, which we'll be doing, or which you'll see in the painful pelvis full of pain video that will let you know when that will be up. And just even like doing little things, like if you have a rebounder, doing that for a couple minutes throughout the day will really help and transform.
Anything. Just, move around. See, here's the problem. When you sit all day, you've got what's called an occipital pump and a sacral pump. So even if you did this, like sitting at your desk, and you did that for 1 minute every half hour, you would feel so much better.
Spinal fluid moving.
Because if that spinal fluid is not moving, then you're not lightening up.
Yeah, exactly. And one other thing, you can wear the Tesla glasses over your prescription glasses if they're small enough.
And a lot of people buy them who are short-sighted. So.
Yeah. I would suggest turning on your night shift. If you have a Mac, it's night shift in your system preferences. Turn that on so you don't have the blue light on your screen. If not, you can download apps that will change your screen color so it's not blue light.
Also, even our telephone protector, I would be sticking. You should be sticking that right on your computer.
Yeah.
So there's things you can do.
Yeah. All right. On October 29th, Wendy Feely from Facebook asks, hi from the Jersey Shore. I was always concerned about taking baking soda for the tummy because of the sodium content. You have mentioned that you take it twice a day. So can I assume the sodium is of no concern?
No, it's not. It's not a concern.
Yeah. It helps with alkalizing the body. Always do it like 30 minutes or longer after eating. Don't ever do it right before a meal because you want your stomach
or after a meal, because you don't want to do it right after a meal.
Yeah, 30 minutes after
or even longer.
More. Yeah.
Depending if it's animal protein, you want to wait for an hour.
Totally. When you're eating the perfect day lifestyle diet that we have in the Detox library, then 30 to 45 minutes should be enough time to take it. On October 30th, Doreen Griffith from Facebook asks, what's the difference between the fulvic eye drops and the fulvic acid concentrate? A lot of sinus and chest congestion going around here in California with the winds and fire. Definitely be nebulizing.
Silver and the nano drops.
Yeah, so the fulvic eye drops, bright eyes, fulvic nano drops, all the same thing. They will just be called fulvic nano drops soon.
In the future.
But the difference between the two, so the fulvic nano drops, they are a smaller particle size or molecular size, and we remove the color from it so that when you put it in your eyes, it's a clear color. It's not the dark color that the fulvic acid concentrate is. So the fulvic acid concentrate is for your drinking water. The fulvic eye drops is for your eyes, nose, ears, or anywhere else topically or vaginally, rectally if you want.
And you can use both of these in your eyes. And I told a person the other day, because they have a lot of floaters, I said, well, why don't you get an eye cup? Okay, and then just put like a small bit, like it could be a teaspoon, and then put it in the eye cup, and then you do this, and you come back, and then you just blink, and you keep washing it.
Oh, okay.
And it goes in the back, and that's really powerful.
Yeah, especially for eye conditions. That would be amazing.
And understand that if you've got floaters, you got problems in the back of your eye. You got cataracts, it's even thicker in the back of the eye.
Yeah. Also, what was the name again? I don't want to get it. From Jay Norton about the computer stuff, the bright eyes for your eyes while you're on the computer as well, and silver. 1
drop of bright eyes every 2 to 3 hours, and then silver in your eyes, and you rotate them.
It makes such a difference.
You won't
have
you won't be burnt out at the end of the time.
Before I got Tesla glasses, my eyes would get burnt out and so tired by like 3 p.m. and I would spray my eyes; they'd be restored and good to go after that. So
remember, the blue light creates the inflammation, which destroys your eyes.
And they're also destroying the amino acids in your eyes and everything that are needed for proper absorption of and distribution of the light that we need, the good light we need to absorb. So
and you can go read 5G blue light toxicity guide, and you'll find that right in the Doc of Detox library.
And the next question is from Christine Bradley, and she actually was asking about floaters. So you already just answered that. Do the eye cup for your floaters.
The eye cup.
On October 30th, Christy Perry's Stenstrom from Facebook asks, my daughter just turned 16 years old. She has heavy periods for her first couple of days. She also has a lot of painful menstrual cramps and will stay in bed. Ibuprofen does not help her. She wants me to take her to get the implant in her arm. What is her best option? I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2014, so I'm leery of anything that has to do with birth control meds. She also wants me to take her to get the flu shot. I'm 100% against that, but she has had the flu every year for the last 3 years. What do you suggest?
I suggest that her parents do the Braveheart course and start changing some beliefs in the house, and that she starts actually drinking water, gets her bowels moving. But I would suggest that she has a consult. You know what?
Seriously.
Is your daughter worth $125? And I'm not trying to be a smarty, but really it boils down to this.
If I was her, I would be begging my mom for a consultation for this.
You know what? Once you do the consultation, we give you the audio, and then you can call us. She can call and become friends with Abby, and call as often as she wants, even emotionally if she wants, and tell, hey, I don't know why I'm feeling. Well,
seriously.
You know what?
That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. We want to help you. We want you to live the best life possible. And
I don't know why.
I've been there. I've been a 16-year-old girl. I know what it's like. So I guarantee you I can help you through this.
Yeah, but take a look at her bowels. Take a look at the drinking water. And get her on also Divine Vine.
Divine Vine. With periods, make sure
Tummy Love Tummy Love.
With the periods, when you get heavy periods, it can be because of animal products. So no animal proteins, especially around the time of the period. If she's not willing to cut them out completely, at least like the week before the period and through the period, no animal protein. No dairy, no gluten. Those are all going to cause a lot of inflammation and constipation, which is going to create it's going to wreak havoc on the pelvis eventually, right?
And just let her know that she can speak with an open mind. And she can speak openly, and you have an open mind.
Yeah.
We don't really think about that. And is she taking her telephone to bed? She's 16.
Guaranteed.
It's come on. And does she have a wire in her bra? There's things that we need to just ask and look at.
And honestly,
and guess what? The breasts are totally connected to
the pelvis. And I didn't even know they were doing birth control implants in arms now. So that's new to me. I'm against birth control. I would not suggest doing that. I was put on birth control when I was 15, 16 years old. And I really wish that never would have happened for me. But it is what it is. It happened, and I've learned how to correct all the damage, and that's why I can help you do the same thing.
Good.
So, but I would suggest the consultation. And next question from Dina Drake on October 30th from Facebook asks, can I use frankincense on the bottom of my feet instead of peppermint?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Just more expensive, but
and
it's
also,
amazing.
just for anybody's knowledge, we will not be doing a Q&A on Monday.
Right.
We will be doing a Q&A on next Friday.
Next Friday, yeah. Our course is going on, so we had to skip one.
Yeah, and then even though the courses are still on for 2 more weeks, we'll still be doing the Q&A.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll still get done.
You got it.
It's just this week because, I'm in the class with them for like 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But Friday, we'll see you here.
On October 30th, Jay Norton from Facebook asks, thanks for your advice with my chronic sore throat. I had a 1-hour treatment of Wolfe deep tissue on my occiput and C7, plus I'm spraying your nano silver in my throat 4 times a day. When should I notice improvement? How many Wolfe deep tissue treatments should I have? Thank you. I think.
Well, it depends on how bad it is, but we're usually looking at 3.
Yeah.
So 3, and if it's chronically bad, 5.
Yeah, because of the muscle memory, we need that 3 to really reprogram the memory. On October 31st, Rebecca Renee Muriel from Facebook asks, have you figured out how to get rid of tinnitus?
Yeah, we are. We did, and guess what? When the wellness guide comes out.
A to Z wellness guide.
We go through the whole thing.
Yeah, we do. We talk about the full treatment that we do.
Full treatment.
Yeah.
It's all there.
The master class. There will be the talk where we talk about the condition, so the medical side of things, and then we do our what we do in a different video.
So you only have 2 weeks to wait, but you know what? We go through it so thoroughly, like nobody's ever done that before. Okay.
On October 30th, Laura Valentine from Facebook asks, can cataracts be reversed by nebulizing?
No, they can't. And I will say no, but guess what? You never know. But I will say no. 1 out of 1,000, 10,000, I don't know. You've got to.
There's a few other things you want to add to the mix.
You want to start putting the drops in, silver,
padding and clapping,
which we'll teach if somebody actually calls for a consultation.
Bioptron, Avicin, Tesla Lightwear, anti-inflammatory diet.
Yeah, but you know what? Anti-inflammatory diet and fasting. But I guarantee you that your liver is messed.
Coffee enema.
Yep.
Ultimate coffee enema. Eyes are always directly connected to the liver.
Yep.
On October 30th, Robin Hannafin from Facebook asks, can you show how big the nebulizer equipment is? Thanks, thinking of postage. So I checked for you. To ship to New Zealand would be about $20 US. So It will be about that.
Great.
Hi, Robin. Robin was in the course in Australia. So on October 30th, Yolanda Basel from Facebook asks, learn something new every day from you. Great info on breathing through the nose and not the mouth. Thank you. Live question from Paula from Chicago. Hi, my daughter is 3 and has a bladder infection. Why does this happen and how can I treat her without antibiotics? Thank you.
Welcome to constipation. Constipation.
Yeah.
And is there dairy in the diet? And
gluten.
If there isn't, even if you were breastfeeding, which you probably aren't at 3, but if you were, are you doing dairy?
Yeah, very
so
important.
gluten, sugar, dairy. And guess what? If she's 3 years old and there's meat on her plate every night.
Yeah, that's not good. Not ready for that.
No way.
Not
no
at all.
way. You know, you want to build a man or do you want to build a woman?
Yeah.
And men shouldn't even do that anyways. You know, the strongest man in the world is a vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
The fastest one in the world is a vegetarian. And we're not whole plant-based. We don't talk vegetarian.
Plant-based.
Because most vegetarians are they can be unhealthy.
Pasta eaters.
Yeah, and pasta and rice crackers, peanut butter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Also with bladder infections at that age, is she holding her bladder a lot? Is she not peeing when she needs to pee?
Yeah, and that means she's uptight.
Yeah.
That means that she's stressed out. So who's stressing her out in the house?
Also, vaccinations. If she was vaccinated recently, she could have a buildup of toxins that could be causing it.
But kick in the other things that'll override it.
Yeah. For a 3-year-old,
Fulvic
you could be doing the Fulvic and the Tummy Love. Those are totally good. The daily cleansing tea. Like none of our products are going to.
Yeah, and if she's 3 years old.
Those high frequency products will kick it out so quickly.
Yeah, and if she's 3 years old, and let's say how much does she weigh? 20 pounds? 30, 25?
Something
let's
like
say
that.
She was 25 pounds, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be 1/6. So that means you would give her probably just 1 ounce and do that for 3 days of the tea, and then do 1 ounce in the morning, 1 ounce at night. And I'm going to tell you something. Goodbye, skitter, scatter, bladder.
Next question is from Paula, but she's from London, so we have 2 Paulas live. Hello, my children are 2 and 5. Do you have any recommendations on brands or the best vitamin D liquid supplement I can give them, as liquid is easier?
I don't.
Thank you so much for all your help. I'm not too sure of a good vitamin D liquid, but
I would go online and see what people are saying.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do that. I would go and buy the light.
And would they have to only go for a couple seconds, 20 seconds if they're 2 and 5?
If they're 2 and 5, well, for one thing, you'd have to only do them with them facing away because they would want to open their eyes.
Right. And you'd have to get.
So the mother would actually just hold them.
Yeah.
She would hold them and do herself
blindfold
them just the back.
Yeah.
Just even 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Okay.
And they've got all the D they want.
And that's the best way. And then
that is
the whole family can utilize it. For
and I'm not talking about you buying it from us. Go where you want to get it.
Yeah.
But do check around. Okay.
Another live question from Julie in Pennsylvania. Hello to you both. When I do the Lionheart breathing, I find it hard to get more than 3 to 4 seconds on my inhale. Could this be a nasal blockage? Thank you.
No. It might be an emotional blockage.
And just slow it down. You might be trying to go too quick.
Yeah, you're probably. I guess if you really sucked hard, you're not sucking hard. Everything
take it slow.
Yeah, you take it slow. That's why it's called a 6 second.
Yeah. And it could be you could maybe try doing nebulizing to clear some blockages, but it could be emotional as well.
Yeah. When I said emotional, I just meant that you're not relaxed enough.
Yeah. Just
relax when you do it. Make it a relaxed, calm thing. Like not their minds stuck together. Yeah. Stuck together. Sucked and stuck.
Yeah. That's a sympathetic Lionheart breathing, not parasympathetic. Julie from Pennsylvania. Hello, Doc and Abby. I've been doing coffee enemas for about a month now. Feel great, but each time I've done 6 times so far, I get very itchy down there. Is this from toxins leaving my body?
It's from fungus and worms.
It starts about 30 minutes after and lasts for a day or so.
Oh, okay. It's worms.
Yeah. Also, my 20-year-old son just dislocated his knee again while dancing.
But he doesn't have to. I mean, if your son... If we could work on his knee just for 20 minutes, he will not dislocate it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay? It's scar tissue. Yeah. Yep.
And then
people need to learn this. They either got to come and get it or...
Well, especially if a family that has a lot of athletes. I mentioned this on another one. It'd be the perfect thing for a family to learn.
They can come here or I'll send Abby or Sage or one of the other therapists to them.
Yeah, exactly. And then you don't have to worry about these problems happening. You can fix it right away.
We're talking everywhere in the body.
Yeah. So you answered a question on him before. He had injuries to both knees from football. Would Cardigan help with these injuries as well as the Vox socks?
Yes.
And does this happen because
But I'd be
of
using
scar
the DMSO.
Yeah.
I would be using the Rose DMSO, and I would be also using the Pain Away.
Yeah.
And I'd be putting the Pain Away on a lot, like every half hour when it's injured. Yeah. And the DMSO 3 times a day, and get it healed properly.
Definitely. And it is scar tissue, and it's not just weakness. It's the scar tissue crystallization, calcification that are causing the weakness. Yeah. I think we hang around too much.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Live from Pitanaki from Australia. I have a dental question. I have no top teeth due to infection over many years. At this time, I am 66, take no medications, and have not seen a doctor for years. So consider myself fairly healthy, but realize I would have a lot of scar tissue to get rid of. Have often wondered if it is possible to grow new teeth, if the body can regenerate. Why not new teeth? Many thanks to you both.
I don't know. I've heard that people say that they've had teeth grow back, but I don't know anybody personally, so I'm not.
The only way I would try it is Merigen, fulvic acid, ATP plus, and manifest it. If every thought you take.
Facial sculpturing and
course.
Take this all apart.
Yeah, take that apart. But honestly, do affirmations and gratitudes for having top teeth and visualize yourself having them.
Already see yourself chewing and eating.
Yeah.
And just thank your creator your God, your creator, your source. Thank for doing it and being so efficient and giving you such beautiful teeth.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do one last question and then we got to go for the day.
Yeah.
So this one is from Iris Ulrich on Facebook. What's your suggestion to help with morbus Betschuri? So this is a type of arthritis. See, we're getting another name now. All right. This is a type of arthritis in which there is long-term inflammation of the joints of the spine. Typically, the joints where the spine joins the pelvis are also affected. So
the spine doesn't really join the pelvis. Well, it does in the back part.
Yeah, the sacrum to the pelvis.
But understand something. Okay, get the non-surgical work, and you're gonna loosen all that stuff up. And use the DMSO. Use the pain away. Get yourself a pelvic expander. Get a massage table, a pelvic expander. Start doing the squats. And if I had the money, buy Eptron and Avicen, and you're not going to have this.
And treat it. It's a form of arthritis, so we know it's inflammation. We need to do an anti-inflammatory diet. We need to drink a lot of structured water. Curcumin cayenne, fulvic acid, and humic acid, the black gold or the concentrate, and the tummy love.
And it wouldn't hurt to get an enema.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And that's all. Yeah. And that's all of our questions for today. We will be back on next Friday for our next live Q&A to answer the rest of your questions that we had come in and the rest that you'll send in from today and the rest of the week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out our shows. They're every Wednesday. And we've got some really great shows coming up with some really amazing people.
So excited to see what came about in the interviews this week.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. And just know this, that whatever you think about yourself, okay, I want you to times it by 10,000 when it comes to your ability and your potential, because I'm telling you, that's how much you have. And then once you get there, I want you to times it 10,000 again, because you are an infinite creator. And we love you.
Yeah.
Please love
you
yourself.
So much.
Have a beautiful weekend.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.